Hi everyone, my name is Tia from Everyone Health and I'm going to give you a 25-minute stretch session. So we're going to do a few exercises for the warm-up. We're just going to take a few minutes. Make sure that you're on a sturdy chair. You want to make sure that your back is not completely against the chair. You have a bit of space. If you do need to lean back, that's absolutely fine. We're just going to bring our head up towards the ceiling and come down. And we're going to keep repeating that for about 10 repetitions. Each exercise is going to be about 10. If you need to do more, then please do. And next we're going to go onto our shoulders. So bringing the shoulders all the way up to the ears, nice and slow, and bringing them back down. So if you can't go all the way up to your ears, go as high as you can, up to a comfortable point, and bring them back down. So again, about 10 repetitions if you can. Please do more if you need to. So next, you want to roll the shoulders backwards. So large circles, bringing the shoulders all the way back. Again, roughly about 10 repetitions. And bringing them forwards. So nice big roll of the shoulders, taking it nice and slow. Making sure that you're warming up the whole shoulder area. So next you just want to bring your head over to the side. It doesn't matter what side you start with. Make sure you feel a nice deep stretch just in the side of your neck there. Dropping the shoulders down. Making sure you're nice and relaxed. Again, roughly about 10 repetitions if you can. If you do need to do more, then please do. If you feel like this is a particularly tight area, then do try and do more of that stretch. So next, we're going to bring our hands down, do one hand at a time. You're just going to bring them all the way around, again warming up those shoulders. So nice big circles. Just making sure that you're bringing your shoulder all the way forward, bringing the hands forward as well. And when you're ready, swapping sides. So making sure that your shoulder is nice and relaxed and bringing the arm forward. Back to that first side. We're just going to go backwards now. Again, nice big circles. Bringing the arm all the way round. You want to make sure it's comfortable. And when you're ready, swap sides. So again, nice big circles, bringing it all the way back as far as you can. You want to aim for roughly about 10 repetitions. So what we're going to do next is, with your feet planted on the floor, you either want to lift up slightly, hands gently placed on your knees, lifting up if you can. If you can't quite bring your knees all the way up, then go up on your toes and bring them back down. So I'll show you what it looks like when you're lifting just your legs all the way up, a slow march. If you can't quite do the march, then just bringing your toes all the way up, heels off the floor, as high as you can, and bringing them back down. So again, aim for 10 repetitions, If you do need to do more, if you feel particularly tight, then please do more. So we're going to do the main exercises for this session. You want to try and go for roughly about a minute. Make sure that you're using a chair that's sturdy, and you want to sit roughly in the middle of your chair so your back is not against the rest. However, if you do need to lean back, then please do so. So for the first stretch, we're just going to bring our hands down and bringing them all the way up to the top. So your head should be neutral, back should be up straight, nice big circles with our arms, coming all the way around. So try and go for the full minute if you can. If you can't quite go for the full minute, that's absolutely fine. It doesn't matter how many repetitions you do, just try and go for as long as you can. So for the next stretch, we're going to be placing our palms down on our knees, making sure that your feet and knees are roughly at a right angle. Again, sat in the middle of your chair. We're going to go into a cat-cow position. So what you want to do is tuck your chin in towards your chest, just rounding out those shoulders. Hold for a few seconds, and you want to come back up, opening up your chest. Again, rounding out the shoulders towards the back, stretching out, chest nice and open. And you want to go back in. So rounding the shoulders, holding it in for a few seconds, and coming back out. Again, doesn't matter how many times you do this, just make sure that you're going for about a minute. If you can't go for the full minute, just do as many as you can. So for our next exercise, again, sat in the middle of your chairs. If you do need to use the backrest, then please do. You want to bring your left or right hand up and bring it over diagonally across your body, again to the lowest point that you're comfortable in. Then look in that direction that your hand is facing. So nice big stretch. When you're finished, return your hand back to your lap and go towards the other side. So again, bringing the hand up, crossing across the body, placing it just before the knee, facing the direction our hand is in. So you should feel a nice stretch in your back, slight turn in the body. It should feel uncomfortable, just a nice big stretch. For our next exercise, we're going to be bringing our hands up to about chest height, making sure that your arms are in a right angle. You want to draw your elbows back as if they're being pulled together, hold for a few seconds and bring it back out. So again, make sure you can do this exercise for roughly a minute. If you can't go for the full stretch in the minute, it's absolutely fine. Go for as long as you can. So bringing those elbows back nice and tight, you should feel a stretch in your back. Hold for a few seconds and coming back out. So next stretch that we're going to do is a shoulder rotation. So you could either do both shoulders together or one at a time. I'll just show you one for now and you can repeat it on the other side. So you want to bring your shoulder, again, an elbow in alignment about chest height, create a fist with that hand, and you want to rotate up towards the ceiling and bring it back down. What you don't want to do is drop the arm down completely. Keep the elbow nice and high, rotating all the way up and back down. If you're going for the full minute, if you're doing one hand each, then do 30 seconds either side. If you're doing both hands together, then try and do the full minute for both. So nice and slow, gentle stretch. So the next stretch that we're going to do is a chest press. So nice and slow, arms chest height, creating a fist with both hands, bringing our fist together out in front of us and drawing it back behind. So all the way out, arms nice and straight, fists together and bringing it back. Try and go for a minute if you can. If you can't go for the full minute, that's absolutely fine. Go for as long as you can. If you do need to go lower, that's absolutely fine as well. You don't have to go directly out to chest height. You can bring it slightly lower. So the next stretch that we're going to do is for our shoulders and our legs. We're going to go one arm either side. So with our arms, we're going to create a fist, tucking our elbow in nice and low and bringing it up. With our opposite knee, we're going to bring that up as well at the same time. If you can't bring your leg off the floor, then just lift onto your toes so your heels have come up. So what it would look like is bringing one arm up, knee up as well, holding and bringing it back down. And the next thing that we want to do is alternate sides. So if you can't quite bring that knee up, then lift, toes and heels up, heel off the floor, pushing those toes into the ground, getting a nice stretch in our calves. So again, if you want to lift the knee up, then make sure you're bringing it as high as you can, nice and slow for the minute. If you can't go for the minute, just go for as long as you can. Our next stretch is going to be for our glutes. We want to be sat in the middle of our chairs, backs not against the rest. What you want to do is cross your right leg over your left, so you can either go to your ankle. If you can lift slightly higher, then go to knee. If you can lift highest, then go over the knee. And what you want to do is just lean forward into that stretch. So you can place your hands just above your knees and leaning forward. If you're mid-calf, then again, holding the position, you can use one hand just to keep your ankle secure, leaning forward. If you're going above the knee, then again, you can place one hand just resting on your ankle and again, leaning forward. Hold for a few seconds and come up and repeat. And switch sides. So the next stretch that we're going to do is lifting up our knees and just bring our elbows to touch the knee gently. So you want to twist your body slightly, a nice small stretch just in the back, lifting if you can, holding the position and bringing it back in. So you want to cross diagonally, hold for a second and come back up. Again, if you can't quite lift your knees off of the ground, then make sure that your heels are elevated and you're up on your toes. So again, you don't have to lift completely off the floor, and just bringing the elbow over. So make sure that you're tucking the elbow in to the body. It should be coming diagonally across to the opposite side. Nice small stretch in our back. Next stretch, we're going to be swinging our arms all the way up to the top, slight cross of the hands and bringing them down. With our legs, we're just going to bring them out to one side as we do our arm swing and swapping sides. So you're going to be alternating with the legs, swinging the arms, nice and gentle. If you struggle to do both arms at the same time, then just do one as you do the alternating legs. So nice big stretch with the arms. Go as wide with the legs as you can. The next stretch that we want to do, we want to come slightly further off of our chairs. So make sure that you're not going to slide off of the front of the chair. Again, there should be a gap in between your back and the rest of the chair. We want to bring both legs out and bring them in. So you will have to use some core control, bringing them out and bringing them in. If you need to use your hands to secure yourself to the chair, just gently out and coming back in. If you can't do both together, take one step out and bring it in. So small taps, nice and gentle for roughly about a minute. If you can't go for the full minute, that's absolutely fine. Go for as long as you can. So little taps. So the next stretch that we're going to do, sitting a little bit further forward on your chairs, we're going to bring both legs out together and swing our arms up to the top. So nice and gentle. Bringing the knees out and swinging the arms up. If you can't quite do both at the same time, do one at a time. Nice big stretch with the arms and the shoulders. Nice gentle tempo. Going for the full minute if you can. For our next stretch, you want to sit in the middle of your chair, making sure that you're using your hands to secure yourself. So you don't want to be leaning too far forward or against the back of the chair if you can help it. You want to bring both legs up together, nice and gentle, hold the position for a few seconds and come back down. So bringing the legs all the way out. The soles of your feet should be facing the wall that's in front of you. And bring it down. If you can't quite do both legs together, do one at a time. So if you want to start with your right leg, for example, you bring it out, hold the position, and come back in. Same with the left, bringing it out, nice and gentle, and come back in. The foot that's on the floor should be well planted. Both your toes and your heel should be down on the floor. If you're bringing both out together, again, nice and slow. Our next stretch, we're going to be stretching out our hamstring. So come forward onto your chair. You want to bring one leg out in front of you, whether that's your right or your left, whichever you want to start with. Bringing the toes up towards the ceiling. With your hands, place them on the knee that is bent and just gently lean forward. So nice big stretch of the hamstring. Hold for as long as you can. Come up and swap sides. So again, bringing one leg out forward, toes all the way up to the ceiling, hands placed just above the knee, that's resting, and lean as far forward you should feel a slight stretch into the back of your hamstrings. Nice and gentle. And when you're ready, swap sides. So next we're going to go into our cool down. So bringing the head over to the side. You should then feel a nice deep stretch in the neck. And when you're ready, swap sides. So again, nice big stretch in the neck. Make sure you're doing a few repetitions of each of these stretches, just to make sure that we're releasing any tension that we have. Make sure that you go for as long as you need to relax your muscles. So next, bring your head over to one side. If you don't quite feel the stretch, just in your neck, place the palm of your hand over at the side of your head and just gently pull it towards the ground. So it should be a nice gentle stretch. Shouldn't feel uncomfortable at all. Hold for a few seconds, and when you're ready, swap sides. So again, hold for a few seconds, making sure that you feel the stretch in the side of your neck. Just gently placing some pressure on our head. And when you're ready, look up towards the ceiling. So eyes all the way up, chin also towards the ceiling. And after you've held for a few seconds, come all the way down. So don't drop your shoulders, chin tucked in towards your chest, keeping the shoulders neutral. So when you're ready, come up and just circle the shoulders back. So repeat this for a few times, making sure that you're creating nice big circles. And confidence. So next you want to sit in the middle of your chair, knees slightly apart, hands either just in front of your knees or at your hips. You want to create nice big circles with your hips in your chair. So start off in one direction, circling all the way around, nice big circles. And when you're ready, back in the other direction. So front to back, all the way around, making sure that you're stretching out that hip area. And once you're finished with your hip circles, keeping your knees and your legs in the same positions, you want to bring one hand up and lean over towards the side. So make sure that your head is neutral, you're not dropping it at the floor, you're just holding it gently. And when you're ready, switch over to the other side. So nice deep breaths as you do the cool down, making sure that you're relaxing all of your muscles with each stretch. Go to a point that's comfortable. And when you're ready, bring your hands all the way up, and we're just going to bring it down towards the floor as low as you can go. So don't feel like you have to go all the way down towards the floor. If you can't quite reach it, going midway is fine. Nice big stretch, and slowly come back up. So palms facing each other when you can. Bring it all the way down. and come back up. Our next stretch for the cool down, we're just going to roll out our wrists, so in one direction, creating a fist. You want to turn your wrists around, creating nice big circles, and go in the opposite direction. Next, what we want to do is be sat in the middle of our chairs. Make sure that you're not going to fall off. Please use your hands to secure yourself at the side of the chair if you need to. You want to bring your heels off the floor. Just gently on your toes, holding it up for as long as you can and gently coming back down. So repeat as often as you need to. Toes up off the floor, stretching out those calves and coming down. Should be a nice gentle stretch. If you want to challenge yourself, hold for a bit longer and bringing it back down. Next, for the cool down, what you want to do is place one leg out in front of you, putting your knee into a right angle, placing your hands just above your knee, making sure that leg is straight, bringing the toes all the way up. You should feel the stretch at the back, in your hamstring and also in your calf. If you don't quite feel the stretch, come to the edge of your chair a little bit more and bring the toe all the way up, really straightening out that leg, and hold for a few seconds. If you want to challenge yourself, you can lean forward and deepen the stretch, or you can even reach for your toes. And when you're ready, swap sides. Again, bringing one leg out straight, toes towards the ceiling. You can place your hands just above your bent knee. If you want to deepen the stretch, you can lean forward, or you can even reach for your toes. Last stretch for the cool down. Into a straddle position in the middle of the chair. You want to bring hands all the way up and leaning over to the side. Hold for a few seconds, into the middle, down towards the front, as low as you can, coming up and coming over to the other side. It doesn't matter if you start with your right or your left, just going to a height that's comfortable for you, at a speed that's comfortable. You should feel a nice deep stretch. And our last stretch for the cool down, rolling out our ankles. You can sit either at the end of your chair, you can sit in the middle if you like. What you want to do is bring one leg out in front of you and roll your ankles in one direction. You can place your hands just above the bent knee. If you want to challenge yourself, you can bring your knee up, cross your fingers over the top and just give your ankles a roll. Whichever feels most comfortable for you. Once you've gone in one direction, then switch over to the other direction. Doesn't matter if it's right or left. Make sure that you're creating nice big circles with your ankles and really mobilizing the joint. And when you're ready, swap sides. So either bringing one leg out in front of you and rolling your ankle, or bringing that knee up, crossing over with the fingers, just holding that knee gently and rolling the ankle. And when you're ready, go in the opposite direction.